I'll record this on the cloud actually. All right, guys, welcome to Millionaire Mentorship Monday. So the whole point of this call today is to give you guys an idea or inspiration and motivation on how to make your first $1 million. It's pretty self-explanatory why we started doing the call. So before we continue the call, can everyone just drop a three if you can hear my mic and see the video so you can see the visual? Just drop that number three in the general chat, not in the Zoom chat. We don't use the Zoom. We use Discord only for the chat. Okay, so if you guys can hear me, drop a three in the chat. Okay, so can you like turn off the sound on your phone because like I'm hearing myself like echoing. Sorry, that was a technical difficulty there. Our visual and audio production team is not performing so well. So you're about to get fired. No, I'm kidding. You're not getting fired. All right. So, like I said, I started doing the Millionaire Mentorship call, and we're going to start doing this bi weekly so that you guys can get locked in and understand the mindset that's required to run this bitch up. So, as you guys already know, um, I trade full time. For those of you who doesn't know, but for those who knows, I trade full time. And people that who like actually met me in real life, and people that actually like or in my circle, like for example, Kivo here and a couple other people, a couple of my students, they know I do this shit for real. Okay. Um, and before I get into the whole mindset of things, I kind of want you guys to understand how this industry is now. I feel like it's just so flooded with a lot of like marketing bullshit. And it's just like it's heartbreaking for me to see all of that because I've been doing this for almost 10 years now. And just I feel like now more than ever, people are hurting for money right now. Right? You feel that too, right? People are hurting. Like me and Kivo, like just in the last couple hours today, we're just like going through like social media and just looking at some people's posts, and we're like noticing how many fucking scams there are. And like there's people like guys, like I'm not trying to throw shades or nothing, but there's like people who like chat GPT and they'll create like a software and they'll try to sell this bullshit software that they chat GPT'd in like 30 seconds and they'll try to like pass it off and sell it for like $2,000 to $3,000. Right? You seen that, right? And then Kev, like what did you see in the indicator that you said you saw today? Like yeah.
When it went up and then versus when it went down, and then like, oh, this is the point where the software instantly knew it's going to drop.
Okay, so one of the things that you guys need to understand is that not everything you see on social media is legit. Okay. And that is for you guys to do your own personal research and figure out whether or not it's Fugazi or if it's legit for real. Because, like, what I would personally ask for all the time before I give anybody even a dollar, I would always, like, back then, I would always ask for a demonstration. Okay. Or like live trading or any type of live trading session. Because if the person's really profitable, one, they will not hesitate to allow you to use their software for free. Okay. Like me personally, I've never said no to free trials. So if somebody want to try out Cypher, someone want to try out Vortex or whatever you like, I'm always cool with letting you guys try it for free. Like I've always said free trials, you guys are good to go. But like I'm noticing that there's a lot of scams nowadays because like I guess like I don't know, people need to pay their credit card bills. Like I don't know what's been going on. Like something's like up in the weather, as of late. Like I'm seeing increased amount of scams. So as your mentor, it is part of my responsibility to ensure I lead the community and I lead my community with the right knowledge and right information. And that also stems from fraud prevention and scam prevention. So, guys, if you see a lot of flashy marketing but not results, and if you ask the person for a demonstration and he's unable to do so, if you ask for a track record, he's unable to do so. You ask for a withdrawal slip, he's unable to do so. Or better yet, you don't know anyone that you personally know who's already made money with the individual. It's probably a scam, guys. Y'all need to like y'all need to really like pay attention to like what's real and what's fake nowadays. Now, those of you guys who are currently in my personal group, you guys already know how legit I am when it comes to trading. I don't fake shit. We do live training throughout the day. days and in and out, like New York session, London session, Asia session. Like we were trading Asia yesterday, Sunday, and we were killing it. And I was calling every position up, down, center, whatever, and it was just hitting TPs left, right, and center, right? Bottom line, if you do this shit properly, there's not a single hustle in the world that can compare to trading. Okay, there's not a single hustle. Like what other side hustle is there that can make you kind of money that trading can make without the stress of dealing with people? Okay. And originally why I decided to do this, because before when I was broke, right, and when I was working like a full-time job, I juggle between everything. I try to make it by any means necessary. So this is before I was doing trading, right? I was like, I was like, here, I'm gonna take this shit out. I was trying to dabble between like drop shipping, e-commerce, Amazon FBA, Airbnb. I've done, if it's a hustle, I've done it. I've tried it. I used to do Airbnb, arbitrage. I've done Amazon FBA. I've done e-commerce. And mind you, I've found success in all of those. But even so, I found success in some of those ventures. Nothing compared to the amount of money I was making with trading. And that what I notice in virtually every side hustle, it requires human interaction. Okay. And I don't know about you guys, but I just something that has to do with me having to interact with people in order for me to pay my bill every single day, every single month. That doesn't sit well with me. I want to be able to control my own wealth. I want to be able to control my own bank account. I want to be able to control how much money I make. And quite frankly, virtually every one of the side hustles that's not trading involves sales or talking to people or closing someone. And I just didn't really like that because I just don't want to talk to people all day, except for if it's like my own personal passion, which is teaching. I love teaching you guys and putting you guys on new things. I love mentoring people in the trading game. But in a sense, like let's say Amazon FBA, you have to find product, you have to do product research, and then for arbitrage for Airbnb, then you have to go talk to landlords and try to get their approval. And then what else? E-com. When I was doing e-com, don't get it twisted. I was making like 10 bands a month, but even then, I've had orders like I've had orders where people were like calling chargebacks and stuff. And when you have like a very expensive order and they charge back, you're cooked because these inventory you pay for. So somebody say they never got the product, then you're fucked, right? So that's when I was like, okay, like I don't want to do e-com. I don't want to do Airbnb. I don't want to talk to people, period. I want to be able to pick up my phone and start making money, right? And what other side hustle in the entire fucking world is there where you have to have zero, you get zero interaction and you can just print money out of thin air? And that's trading if done right. If done right. Again, I'm gonna reiterate the fact if trading is done right, it is the most profitable side hustle it will be, and it's life changing. It's a game changer. You could turn $100 into $1,000. You could turn 1,000 into 10K. It is possible. I'm not saying everyone's gonna be good at it, but it is very doable with a calculated risk. And if you actually follow a certain trading condition and rule, it's very doable. Okay. Even if you're like completely shit at trading, right? What I would suggest on people, like let's say you're not a good day trader. There's like different types of traders, right? There's like swing trading, scalping, and um position trading. And me personally, when I wasn't so good at day trading, I just focus on swing trading because when you focus on swing trading, that kind of removes part of the emotion. You set your take profit, you can set your stop losses, and you kind of just like don't like look at it. You forget about it, right? Unless you're like trading during the news. But I would not swing trade during the news unless I know exactly where the market's gonna go. But that's another thing, guys. We live in a generation where there's so many fuckery that's happening, like the wars and like Trump making tweets and stuff like that, and that will impact the market. And if you study this properly, I think trading is the only thing where you could actually have like the user, as in you, have a real market advantage and to be able to predict what's going to happen next. But in order for you to do that, you have to properly educate yourself so that you can identify the swings in the market. Like for example, right? Like this recent NFP was kind of a mess, but let's say it was drastically less than expected or higher than expected. We knew whether or not gold was going to go up or down. We knew the crypto was going to go up, like or down. We knew what was going to happen based on the outcome of the event, right? So, like real traders. And that's another thing that you guys can differentiate between a real trader and a fake trader, because real traders will be talking about what's happening in the foundation of the global economy, because that always has an impact with the trading world. Okay, but if you meet a trader and he's just talking about like support and resistance and entries, then like he's probably not really a trader. Because what do you mean like you didn't know non-farm payroll just passed? What do you mean you don't know what the monetary policy is? What do you mean you don't know what CPI is? And these things are gonna be the foundation of what's gonna make you guys phenomenally like more profitable compared to you just trading and scalping day by day. So like really and truly, there's no other side hustles in the world when it comes to this. And another thing that I want to touch bases on is like I want you guys to have a real goal in life on why you want to be financially stable, because a lot of you guys like they come into my program or they tell me what their goal is, and their goal is like, oh, I want to buy a Lambo. I'm like, okay, that's good, but like that's not really good enough of a goal, because if your goal is just to have a nice car, you're not going to be motivated enough. You need something deeper than that on a personal level. Like, for example, like you have kids or like you have parents that you want to take care of and stuff like that. Like, things like that will motivate you better into achieving the goals that you want to achieve. Right. So, I say to people, if you guys are really trying to like become successful and become a multimillionaire, you have to have a legitimate goal, something that you're very passionate about, like something that you want to achieve before you die. And really and truly, it's very sad because the average age, I posted about this recently, the average age that it takes for an average person in North America to retire is now past the age of 70. Before it was 65, between 60 to 65. Well, you can fact check me if you don't think I'm speaking the truth. Based on the current analytics, as of 2026, you need to work until you're 70 at the bare minimum, and that is the projected age of retirement. And mind you, I don't even think a lot of people can even retire comfortably at 70. You know how many people I know? Again, I'm not trying to throw shades, but you know how many people I know that's over the age of 30, 35, and don't even have 100,000 in their bank account? And I know what you're gonna say, but Ray, like not everyone's rich like you. That has nothing to do with anything. The fact that most of you guys, not you guys, but like most people that are 30 plus have less than 100K in their bank account, it means something happened in their life. There was like several collective decisions that accumulated that ended up leading them to their current position in life right now. And that doesn't mean that reflects the rest of your life. That means that you need to fucking lock in, understand where you need to take accountability. Because if you don't take accountability for the fact that you're doing fucking shit in life, then no one's gonna improve your life for you, right? End of the day, when you wake up, nobody will care for you and your very well-being and your lifestyle to be upgraded than yourself. So if you don't care for yourself enough, nobody's gonna give a fuck about you the way you would care for yourself. So to a degree, you need to hold yourself accountable, take this shit serious, and understand where you lack accountability. Understand where your biggest weakness is. So I'll give an example. When I wasn't so locked in and I was not seeing the progress that I was seeing with trading, I looked at myself. I looked at my schedule. Okay, I looked at my schedule and I looked at like this is the easiest way to go about it. Go grab like a journal or like a calendar and then just put in every single thing that you did in the last 24 hours. What did you do in the last 24 hours? Out of the 24 hours, did you waste money? Did you go out? Did you go partying? Did you study? Did you study the market? Did you learn about the market? Did you look into the recent NFP? Did you look into the monetary policy? Did you look at the upcoming FOMC meetings? Did you look at what the Powell and the chair is going to do? Did you look into how the war is impacting the oil prices? Did you look into how the gold is being impacted by the war and the missile and all that stuff? Did you look into these things? And if the answer is no, then you just don't care enough to be rich, right? I can only help you guys so much. I can only give you the resources and the tools and keep giving you shit. But at the end of the day, if you yourself don't want to be rich, I can't force you to be rich. Like literally, like being successful, even if I give you the entire fucking golden nugget and blueprint on how to become successful, if you guys don't lock in yourself and care for this shit on your own, you will never ever be rich. You're gonna be broke rest of your fucking life, live your miserable fucking life, work your 9 to 5, take your once a year vacation, and you're gonna be at a resort for 5 days out of the entire year, right? And then you're gonna come back to your miserable fucking life, right? That's why you see like when you guys like go on like TikTok or Instagram and just type in like how it feels when you're done your vacation or the last day of your vacation, and then you'll see a bunch of people making these fucking TikToks or these content about how people feel on your last day of your trip. Why do people make these contents? Because it's very relatable. It's very like similar to what most people live. And a lot of people, when they go on these vacations, like it is truly their vacation. When they go to these resorts, it is truly once in a lifetime kind of thing. Because some people don't even get to go on these trips once a year. Some people don't even get to go once every 3 years. How many of you guys, type number 7, if you've not gone on a trip outside of the country in the last year? Okay, type number 7, just genuinely, just, type number 7 in the chat if you've not been able to go to any like countries or vacations outside of our current, like where we live in the last 1 year. Okay, and this goes to show how hard everyday people are working, and it's not your fault that you couldn't go on these trips, right? You don't have the financial freedom and the resources and the ability to be able to just simply take time off, or some people have kids, some people have a family that they got to take care of and prioritize. But let me ask you this: if you had $10 million in your bank account right now, let's say I wired you $10 million into your checking account, would you be able to go on a vacation this year in 2026? Yes or no? Type number 3, if you can go on a vacation this year, doesn't matter what job you have, you can go on at least one vacation this year if I give you the 10 mil. Everyone's gonna say yes. Everyone's gonna say yes, because at that point you're most likely gonna be able to quit your job, start your own business, put the money where it's gonna grow, and you can conservatively accumulate those gains. And with your trading, you don't have to over leverage, because you could just have like a 100K account, a quarter million account, and you can literally swing trade like one lot on US 30, one lot on gold, and no matter how bad the drawdown is, you will never lose money because it would never run out of margin, right? So people at the top that already have a lot of fucking money, that's what they do. They leverage their money to make more money. But what poor people do, they leverage time to make more money. So that is the main difference between poor and rich people. Rich people leverage money and people to make them more money. Whereas in broke people, they're constantly thinking of, okay, how can I keep exchanging my time? How can I get another better paying job? How can I get promoted? And that is a terrible mindset for you guys. You guys can't be so fucking delusional and think that if you work so hard, your company's gonna promote you. If you work so hard, your company's gonna give you fucking $5 raise. Like, that's not realistic, right? Because reality of things is that most of you guys, you have a job where if you fucking kicked the bucket today and you died in a car accident, or like your flight fucking crashed and God forbid you died, most of your job would replace you. Literally, they would post, like your HR, human resources, will be like, oh, that's so sad. And then they'll put up your job posting available on Indeed within the next 48 hours. Do you guys understand that? How many of you guys have a job and you know for a fact, if for whatever reason you couldn't work anymore permanently, your job will replace you in the next 48 hours? How many of you guys know that for a fact? Everyone should be saying yes. Whoever that's employed currently, everyone collectively should be saying yes, because that is a reality. You're just a fucking number. So if you were to die tomorrow, they literally do not care as long as somebody else comes into your shoes and fills that position. Okay? So bottom line, fuck these people. Fuck your bosses, fuck your supervisor, fuck your manager, right? You guys need to learn a high income skill that is self-reliant, and the only high income skill that is known to mankind as of right now is trading. You do not need to talk to anyone. You don't have to sell anyone to anything. You don't have to fucking fake your marketing to flex with other people's Lambos to try and sell some bullshit courses. You don't have to go to ChatGPT and try to Google and code some fucking bullshit software so you can scam people of $3,000. Like, you don't have to do any of this if you know how to trade. Like, life, like, whole world unlocks. Like, there's a whole universe. This world is so fucking vast and beautiful that some of you guys, it is so sad to say, and again, I'm not trying to shit on you guys. Some of you guys have not even experienced how beautiful this world is. Some of you guys never been to Egypt and seen the pyramids. Some of you guys never been to Rome and seen the Colosseum. Some of you guys never been to Paris and seen the Eiffel Tower. Some of you guys never been to fucking Japan. Some of you guys never been to Bali. And you want to know something? 99% of you on this call and everybody else in this world will never see those things before they die. Again, I'm not saying all of you. I'm not targeting anyone specifically. But generally speaking, most of you guys are never going to see those seven wonders before you fucking die. Why? Because most of you guys are broke. Most of you guys are financially unstable. So how do you change that? You lock in, learn a fucking skill. Fuck all these people wasting time. Fuck all your friends that are saying you're not going to make it. Fuck your whoever family members that are saying that, oh yeah, you're just doing some whatever dumb shit, it's not gonna work out. Fuck all those people. Because remember, all these people who talk shit, they're gonna yap their fucking mouth until you pull up in that new Bugatti, you pull up in that Lambo, you pull up in a brand new fucking custom built 5-bedroom house with like 5 parking garages and your own personal server and you have an assistant. Once you pull up and all of that, then all your family and friends, guess what? They're gonna fucking hit you up. They're gonna be like, hey, what's going on? Like, can you teach me? Can you put me on? And guess what? Even if you did put them on, they're not gonna listen. No one in this entire fucking world is gonna listen if they're not meant to be one of the top earners. There's literally 2 types of people in this world: sheeps and wolves. Okay, wolves, they go and hunt and get the fucking meals that they need. Sheeps, they just follow their herd, right? There's one person leading the herd and they get killed, they get slaughtered. They're getting used, right? They're getting led to a certain area. Right? They follow the person that's herding the sheep, right? Wolves, they don't wait for that shit. They just go and get it. When they see a prey, they get it. They go get what they need to get and they eat. Right? That is a difference, right? There's 2 people in this world, right? There's a takers and then there's a people that watch everybody else eat. So my question to you guys is, are you gonna be one of the takers or are you gonna be watching everybody else living their fucking life, living their in their dream car, in their dream house, and having the best girlfriend or boyfriend, having the best wife and husband, having the best wedding, having the best marriage, having the best healthcare, having so much money that you can take care of your parents, having so much resources that your kids can have the best nutrition, the best schooling, best education, right? There's just so much more option once you have money. Anybody who says money doesn't buy happiness is fucking bullshit. Like they're stupid because money may not directly buy happiness, but money definitely can contribute to happiness. Because how many of you guys, if you made 10 M's right now, like this month, let's say end of this month, you made $10 million and you bought your mom a house and you retired her, how many of you guys would be very fulfilled and make you happy? Like how many of you guys would be extremely happy that you just bought your parents a brand new house, bought yourself a brand new house, and you retired your mom? Tell me if you wouldn't be happy. Drop number 3 if you're happy. Drop number 5 if you don't think you're happy. Like you can't say money doesn't buy happiness and it directly or indirectly correlates to happiness with the resources that you have access to now, right? And then like some of these people, with the money and the resources that you have, because you're eating better, you're eating a healthy lifestyle, you're having a healthier lifestyle, you have a personal trainer, you're working out, you have a better gym, better lifestyle, better everything, right? And with you and your family, your parents, and once you have access to all these things, you're likely to live longer because you have less stress, right? You're not stressing about money, you're not stressing about bills, you're eating healthier, you're eating cleaner, so your mind is more pure, your body is more like, physically in shape, and all that shit stems from being financially stable. Because if you're broke, you have to choose what you have to you don't get to choose what you want to eat. When you're broke, you have to eat what you can't afford, right? There's been times, guys, times when I was so down bad, or for a long time, I couldn't even go buy meat at the grocery store. I had to decide, okay, am I gonna eat steak or am I just gonna fucking eat like bunch of like canned tunas so that I can last the rest of the week, and that's another $20 I just saved, right? Because when you're living paycheck to paycheck, and at that time, like I think the highest paycheck I've ever made was like $1,500 biweekly. I posted in my Instagram, so you know that I'm not capping. When I was making $1,500 biweekly after tax and my rent was $1,000, I barely had enough money left over for groceries. So I had to really pick and choose whether or not I was gonna eat protein that night or that week, or I was just gonna eat a bunch of fucking canned food and just bullshit food and just try to last, right? And sometimes you got to make these tough decisions because you really don't have a choice. Now, when you have resources, when you have money and you're financially stable, is that a problem? No. I can literally just hire a fucking personal chef to cook for me, right? I have a personal chef that sends meals pre-delivered, I mean pre-made, delivered to my house, and that saves me time. And not only that, I have maids that come to my house. Kevin just saw my CCTV of my maids coming into my house today. Kevin, you saw my maids coming in, right? Because we're like, okay, who just came to my house? Because I have like motion detectors in my crib. So I seen like one of my notification pop up from my penthouse. I'm like, oh, who could it be? And I didn't even realize my maids came today to clean up the place. I'm out here in fucking Miami, but I have maids come into my house, cleaning my place, keeping that shit spotless. And why have maids? Because that's saving me hours and hours of my time. It's not that I'm lazy. I have better things to do and things to prioritize. I would rather be traveling and be mentoring and be helping students and be making money rather than be at home like fucking doing dishes. Like, come on, like the fuck. I'm not a peasant. I'm not gonna do fucking dishes. I'll never do dishes. Even if I get married, my wife's gotta have to do all the dishes or my maid. Okay, I'm not doing fucking dishes. Like I make too much fucking money for this shit. So bottom line, I'm not trying to be cocky or whatever, but I'm letting you guys know once you have money, it will make your life so much fucking easier. So anybody that says, "Oh, rich people like it's not all that. It's not money is not all that." It is all fucking that. Your life is exponentially better when you have money. So I don't want to hear nobody fucking say some bullshit about, "Oh, money is not everything." Like no, just either you don't know how to spend it or you're just fucking broke, one or the other. Because I definitely do think there are rich people who are just fucking idiots and they're just like depressed because they've been rich their whole life. But that's the beauty of becoming rich from when you're poor. I feel like it is possible to be rich your whole life and be depressed because you don't know the gratification and you don't know the fulfilling feeling of you like having money all of a sudden because you've already had it, right? Like for example, like these Dubai sheiks and their friends, I feel bad for them because imagine being born into so much fucking money. Imagine being born and you have a Bugatti. Imagine being born and you have fucking servants and you have like 8 houses around the world, and you have like a private jet and like you don't know the value of money, right? Because they've never had to struggle. But for any of you guys on this call or any of you guys watching this video, like you're gonna know what it took for you to get there. Because when you fucking get that, you make that 10M or you make that 100Ms, like you're gonna know all the bullshit that you have to deal with in your fucking lifetime, in your short life, that like you know how to appreciate every fucking meal that you're gonna eat, every top tier restaurant you go to, all the Michelin restaurants, all the maid services, butlers taking care of you, having a catering service on your private jet, bringing your fucking dog with you on your private jet. There's no TSA, there's no like security in the line. You just walk right into the flight hub, right? The signature flight hub. They bring you fucking tea, coffee, like they check on you, bring you snacks to the lounge. Like it's just guys, like being successful really is fucking nice. Not having to look at price tags when you go to the stores, like being able to go shop and not give a flying fuck about the prices, being able to say, okay, I need a new luggage. I'm gonna go fucking, order another luggage. It's like $2,000-3,000 Rimowa like um baggage set. I don't even know how much I just dropped on a set of carry-on and check bags because I'm about to go on another big trip. And I just put in my fucking card info, didn't even look at the price. I don't care about the price because I make so much money that at this point, I don't look at the price. It's just numbers going in and out of my bank account, in and out. I don't give a fuck. And I want you guys to lock in and get to that level and get to that comfort level where you're making so much fucking money that not only you can use it to help your family and help people that you care about, but like more importantly, to relieve that stress of you having to constantly worry about survival, constantly think about your credit card bills, constantly think about mortgage payment, constantly think about, oh, what if the interest gets higher by 2% and I'm about to forcefully sell my home? Like, that's fucking stupid. Who the fuck's like invented that shit? Why not just go run up 500K and just buy the damn house? Why do you need to fucking mortgage your house? Just buy the fucking house, cash. Like people do that all the time. Believe it or not. Don't let nobody fucking fool you. People in Miami, like For Lauderdale, people all over the fucking US, even in Canada, like I know people that just buy cars, buy houses cash because they're so locked in, they're so rich that they don't really need to like, you know, on nickel and dime everything. You know what I'm saying? So I really want you guys to become successful and just fucking lock in this mindset, this mentality. So I'm gonna cut this meeting short. I hope this motivated you guys enough to lock in and really start trading with us for real. We're gonna start running up some more calls, trading calls throughout the week. We're gonna start ramping up the live calls. Starting this week, we're gonna resume classes again. So if you're not already in our program, tap in with me and I'll give you guys a free trial, whatever. If you don't already have Cypher at this point, you should definitely lock in with Cypher, the final edition. Anybody that ever want to try any of our product, you don't even gotta say it twice. You guys can all try it for free. I will never say no because I'm not I got nothing to hide. You guys can try it out. This should really work. So let's get this money for real. And if you guys enjoy this call, drop a fire emoji in the group chat and take care.